What is up, basketball fans? This is Zero Gravity, Apollo Media's NBA podcast, brought to you by Big City Wings, Houston's wing joint, Apollo's wing joint. Go check out Big City Wings if you're in the Houston area. Great wings, great beer, great people over at Big City Wings. Shout out to Celebrity Mint. Go check out celebritymint.com and see their graded legal tender collectibles of Mike Tyson, Ric Flair, and more. And also, go check out Prize Picks, our daily fantasy app sponsor. If you go sign up for Prize Picks today, use code Apollo when you sign up. And at deposit, you can get up to $100 match with your first deposit. So go to Prize Picks, use code Apollo when you sign up. Our daily fantasy app where you hit more or less on all of your picks in every sport imaginable. And obviously, we're deep in the NBA season, so you can hit more on every Luka stat ever because it keeps hitting. And I'm in a very good mood tonight. We're recording this March 31st. Sunday night at 8:56 p.m. God's time zone. I'm joined always by the What We Learned Houston Rockets edition king, Josh Garcia. How are we doing, bud?
As much emphasis as you can. Put everything on it. First of all, why don't you show them the shirt? And then we'll get it popping.
You could go buy in the ApolloHOU.store right now. It's a great shirt. It's a Dallas Stars shirt, I will say, but it's green and it matches the hat right now that I've got rocked for the Dallas Mavericks. So, you can go get that in the ApolloHOU.store. Get ready for the NHL playoffs if you're a Dallas Stars fan. Texas hockey, since there's only one team in the state. So,
that might as well just call it that. Hopefully, the Coyotes soon. Mullet Arena is not gonna save you. No, I was gonna say they've been bad for such a long time, but I almost would rather have any hockey than none. You know. But then, after a year or two, after the allure and everything fades, you're like, fuck.
If he's forced to sell the team,
this truly stinks.
To Houston, and you get the Coyotes. Okay, I'm okay with that. New owner.
Yeah. That's that. Hopefully, something goes
Shane
down.
Dunn's kid. He just
overall
scored.
Oh, what?
Shane Dunn's kid. Yeah, he went to ASU, Arizona State. So he played in that arena. Now he's playing in that arena in the NHL. He scored 2 goals in his debut. Not a big deal.
Wow, dude! The more you know.
There you go.
I love, dude. Hockey stats are sick. I think the Wild have pulled their goalie out twice in overtime this season.
It's psycho.
Why? Dude,
it's a psycho move. Because in overtime, you get 3 players or 3 skaters on the ice and your goalie. So there's 4 people on the ice, only 3 skaters. So there's a lot of open ice. When you pull your goalie, the goal's just wide open. If you don't watch hockey, but you get to put an extra skater on the ice. So then it's 4-on-3 skating wise, and it worked the first time. I don't know if it worked the second time. It worked the first time where they scored a goal, and it was the most psychopathic move, and it was awesome. I loved it.
God. Well, speaking of psychopathic moves, Luka Doncic just pulling a finger roll from the 3-point line over Jabari Smith Jr., Wonder Boy. This stinks really bad, and I can't stop watching it. I'm addicted to my own pain, brother. Astros went 0 for 4 this weekend. The Rockets lost their 11-game streak, and we knew this wasn't going to last forever. Right. And I think it was a bad omen before the game even started anyway, because tickets were $65. I was like, I get that it's Easter Sunday, but damn, can we chill out, please? I get that Luka's in town. He was questionable, in which I thought that would make tickets go down. I was like, if I can snag these for 30 or under, I don't care if I'm in the insert Sting GIF here seats. I'm still popping out, but that was a bad omen all around, and it just. I
did send another tweet in the group chat that we have for Apollo NBA. Did you see what happened pregame? The shot that Luka made off of the scoreboard. He threw. So for reference, he's underneath the basket, and he flicks it up at the bottom of the scoreboard in Toyota Center, and then it bounces back, hits the backboard, and goes right in. As soon as that happened in pregame, the Rockets should have just been like, it's fine. We don't have to play this game. There's no need. We'll just go home. We don't need the embarrassment on TV. We don't need any highlights. We don't need anything. Luka had 22 points in the first quarter, 22, 8, and 5 in the first quarter, I think is what his stats were. 8 rebounds, 5 assists. It's just a typical Jason Tatum game in the first quarter. Second quarter. Was it the second quarter when he hits the crazy shot on Jabari?
I think it was. I've seen that clip.
Yeah, it's. If you haven't seen it, you're just not on NBA Twitter. Go look it up. Luka Doncic on Jabari, layup from the 3-point line, essentially. So he's getting boxed by Jabari. He gets the switch, and he was switching like purposefully asking for a switch for Jabari Smith all night long,
That's what makes
which
it
was
worse.
very funny to me. I, as a Mavericks
Yeah.
fan and as a man that works for a Houston company with a bunch of Houston Rockets fans, I would have done this with any other team as well, but I was literally laughing, like watching the game on my computer. Like it's just laughing the entire time because Luka, when he gets in this mode, he's going to make you just hate yourself at the end of it. Essentially, if you're a fan of the other team, if he's deciding to go fuck you mode, it's not just fuck you, I'm going to score in your face and mean mug you on the way down the court. It's going to be, I'm going to hit the most ridiculous trick shots you've ever seen in your life where you don't see, like, you can't foresee the shot going in ever or remotely close to being like
Exactly.
hitting the rim. And it's going to go in, and then I'm going to laugh in your face as I go down the court. And then if you're the Kings, I'm going to scream at the
God.
old GM and said he should have drafted me as I hit a free throw at the end of the game. Like, we're just doing things for just shits and gigs at this point. Like, Luka just loves to torture other teams and their fan bases, and I personally love him for that.
And that's the best part about all this is, like we've talked about before, he's going to retire in 10, 12 years and, early with good knees, hopefully not a T-Max situation, and just get in and
Yeah.
out of there. And he is going to destroy 29 other fan bases on his way out over the course of the next 10 to 12 years. And I just hate that it had to be us tonight. But it does make me feel some kind of way knowing that there could be some rivalry renewed here. I kind of felt the vibes,
No,
and maybe it was just because you were shit talking the whole night, and I was like, "Oh, this
no,
motherfucker."
I
But
felt
I
I
genuinely
felt
felt
it
it.
as well.
It was sick.
The timeline, obviously, my timeline is mixed. I have a lot of Mavericks fans, but then I also have a lot of Rockets fans on my timeline because of Apollo, as well as the Astros. Like on Astros Twitter, pretty much everyone's a Rockets fan. So, strange mix of the timeline. It's like I'm going to kill myself because the Astros lost and the Rockets are getting 30 balled right now, and the other mixture was the Rangers fans laughing at Astros, which sucks because I'm an Astros fan, but also them celebrating the Mavericks shitting on the Rockets. Like it was a strange mix for me tonight. My timeline was in shambles. I didn't know what was going on half the time, but Dex put it the right way. Someone tweeted like, "How can you hate Luka?" And Dex basically said, "Watch me." like I have no problem hating this guy. No, I felt the hate, like because just Rockets fans just it was diabolical what Luka did tonight. Like the dribble step back three on Jock Landale where he purposefully banked it in the first or second quarter.
He's such
He's
an
just the
asshole.
worst person, and I love that he's on my team. he's just
You
he's
are
a
you,
little
dude.
asshole. That's what he is.
Exactly. You're doing levels. You are levels ahead of where you should be right now, especially for a late March
Yeah.
situation. I want to say you're not used to this, but I mean, you had plenty of winning growing up. You had plenty of 60 win seasons. Can't say the same for your Dolphins, but at least in one of your facets of the game, you had something. But man, the way that Luka is just, I still can't get over this. I had a point that I was about to make, and then I just thought to myself, "Fuck, this hurts so bad." And really the worst thing about all this entire weekend, because I've had an up and down weekend myself. My Liverpool is now number 1 in the EPL. The Rockets had a streak. I think the Dynamo won. The Sugarland Space Cowboys went 2-0 this weekend. Good stuff, right? I'm pulling up Wednesday. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, great. Shout out the Dash, dude. But your Duke Brotherhood and your Dallas Mavericks making that run, and I know, of course, Duke lost today, but you had the bragging rights again, and then you had the same thing happen 2 days later. Yeah. You're just on top of the world right now, brother. And I think Jared McCain is really going to be the best Oklahoma City Thunder of the past 10 years.
I don't need
truly.
That. But yes, with the Mavericks having the longest win streak in the NBA currently, after ending the Rockets' longest winning streak in the NBA as of yesterday, Mavs have won 7 in a row. The Stars have also won 7 in a row, are 1 point behind the best record in the league as well. They're on top of the Western Conference right now. Wow. Luka and the Mavs are they're in the 5 seeds right now after tonight's game against the Rockets, and they're heading towards a 4 seed potentially. A little swap with the Clippers, maybe, if the Clippers can slip up a little bit, if the Mavs can continue on their tearing pace. They are undefeated, I think, with Gafford and Luka in the starting lineup now.
I thought you were going to say undefeated with something else. that got banned recently.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
What,
That's the other thing, the winning percentage in Texas across the board except for the Astros. Outside of the Astros, everybody in Texas is winning. Well, discount the MLS teams because we don't really count them, but NHL and basketball, everyone's winning right now. Just they can't lose. Even the Spurs are like 500 since that the ban happened in Texas. And if you know,
yeah,
if you know, you know.
yeah,
We're 10 minutes in. I don't want to risk the YouTube algorithm here. We're not
yeah.
going to say the word,
No.
but if you know what got banned in Texas. But yeah, everyone's just winning. It's very funny, the correlation there. I don't think there is a correlation, but maybe there is. I don't know.
No way. That's so sick. I love it. It's almost like a Jay Kuda stat turn real reality. It's awesome. And finally, the Astros were involved in a Jay Kuda tweet today, and it said the most wins at Minute Maid Park since I think it was September 2023, and the Yankees have 7. The Astros have 5, I think, or 6. All I know is the Yankees have won more games than the Astros at the Astros Stadium since the Astros in September.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Real fucked up.
So. Yeah, Luka just basically had fun with the Rockets tonight. Is really he was
to put it lightly
decision too, and I was like, he's gonna play. Like he's gonna go in warm ups. He's gonna play. If he's gonna warm up, he's gonna play. Yep. Like it's fine. But game time decision nonetheless. And then he puts up 47. What I don't know, 12 and 7 maybe, and 2 steals.
If Shea did that, his averages would go down.
But Luka's, he was I think 6 or 7 3-points off of like the season record for Mavericks. Some guy from 95-96 has the most threes in a season, which is crazy that a 1995-1996 season has the most threes in Mavericks season ever. Is like 257. Luka tied him today. With like 7 threes. He's just hitting them all. He'll pass them next game. Yeah, Luka's awesome. He's going to win the MVP. That's just plain and simple. Now, we're on a tear. If they get the 5 seed, you could give it to him. If they get the 4 seed, there's no like excuse for not giving it to him. I understand that Jokic is probably like very deserving as well, but Luka's literally the best player on the planet right now. There's just I don't know what else.
It's not
he's been
close.
hurt the last 3 weeks too. He just keeps getting dinged up every game. He limped off the court against the Kings on what was that, Friday night at halftime. He kicked a chair with his other bum ankle. Like he has a bum Achilles on one side, so he kicked it with the left, but then he like fucked up his hamstring on the right side, like the last play of the second half or the first half or whatever. So he comes in and then he beats the Kings with only like 2 or 3 points in the second half. Like that's what's really impressive is that his playmaking is now where he just doesn't have to score in the second half. He didn't score after what? There's like 4 or 5 minutes left in the third quarter, maybe. He just didn't score. He had 47.
I saw that I think he was at like 42 or 45 with like just over 6 minutes left in the third, and I was like, he's
gonna get 50.
If this game gets closer, he's gonna drop 60. But they put mercy on our souls tonight, and they knew that if a 60-point Luka Doncic performance happened at Toyota Center, I'm just saying that some bad things would be happening.
Mm-hmm. I had fun tonight. I know y'all didn't, but glad I had fun. We'll move on to the rest of the NBA. That's a lot of Houston and Dallas talk for an NBA podcast, but I had fun. I had a great time. Moving on to the Lakers and Nets tonight, Sunday night, when this game happened. The Lakers ended up winning by double digits, 10, 12 points, something like that. LeBron had 40 points on 17 shots, and he was 9 of 10 from 3 against the Nets. And he hit the most diabolical 3. Like we were talking about Luka just hitting what the fuck threes. LeBron does like a pivot turnaround in the corner, in the left corner of, behind the 3-point line, and fades away like into the stands. And he hits this just absurd 3. That's all I really saw from the game because I was watching the Rockets-Mavs game. But yeah, LeBron had 40 on 17 shots against the Nets tonight. Still got it. I think he had 7 and 5 to go with it. So not a bad night for the old man, 39 years old.
Exactly. This is the best thing ever because I almost want to be if you remember when Tatum got drafted, and I hate to even put Tatum in this conversation, but hear me out. When everyone said, he's only 19, we need to bring that and put it for LeBron. 39. Like he's only 19, but he's been in the league for longer than he's been alive, and he's still somehow doing this. Like, how is this possible? This guy's an alien. I'm in shock.
He's only 39, and everyone's gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
That's even better.
Just so go opposite.
That's the best thing, man. I've truly in my lifetime never seen someone as fun to watch, as enjoyable, and as dominant as LeBron. And I know Luka might be heading up there, some point soon. It might take him another 15 years to even touch any kind of accolades.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry, I tried to get my last shot in. I feel like I'm punching up right now. But
that's all right.
Yeah, LeBron. Fuck, you're not even fazed by this too. I can't even say anything to you. I know nothing's gonna affect you, man.
Buddy.
No, please spare me. Oh my god, I got cooked in the Apollo group chat the other day when U of H lost. Oh, Dex pulled out the receipts on me. Oh man, he's a big Baylor guy, and I don't necessarily like Baylor. I loved RG3, but I think that was the most redeeming quality about that university since I don't know, integration maybe. I don't know.
They employed art brows, so let's put it that way.
Yeah,
I'm good on Baylor.
But U of H, U of H lost and just absolutely got cooked. Not good stuff. Not good stuff. But shout out Dex, Twitter legend in the Houston community.
At Lord Dex Hinton. Yeah. He's an all-time follow if you're in the Houston community. Actually, not even in the Houston community. He has a banger once a week. He probably has a viral tweet once a week.
No, shout out him. He was the first episode of Zero Gravity. Yeah, shout out Dex. Yeah, real Apollo pioneer, folks.
Dexy's a great guy. He runs a lot of our socials. He comes up with a lot of our ideas for merch as well. He's an all-time Apollo guy, so go follow him. He did cook you in a group chat. It happens. It happens to the best of us. So over in the West, we've got a race for the first seed in the West. OKC currently has the tiebreaker over the Denver Nuggets, or not the tiebreaker. They're up by half a game. Game in hand, 52-22. Denver's 52-23 in the 2 seed, and Minnesota is 51-23, one full game back of the 1 seed now in the 3 seed. It's a race. It's a race to the top. I don't know what the remaining schedules are like for any of those teams, but they've all clinched the postseason. I think, that's kind of weird that Minnesota's clinched the postseason berth, but not a playoff spot technically. So if they lost out, I guess they just would be in the play-in. Maybe.
Yeah, if they lose out and everybody in the playoff race wins somehow. There's gauntlets everywhere, especially in the West. I mean, I've seen the Rockets, the Warriors schedule. I think the Mavs schedule is going to get a little funky. I know the Heat schedule is a little funky. The Knicks maybe, the Magic.
Yeah.
I'm sure they made it this way. It's going to be the last 2-3 weeks of the season is just it's going to be cinema, and I'm here for it. Like truly, even if the Rockets don't make it, nights like this, even if we lose, which should have been by, and I think we lost by 20, we should have lost by 35. I mean, the way we were playing,
and they were up by 34 at one point. So
yeah. Exactly. It's going to be a gauntlet for a lot of teams that are trying to get out of the lottery and are trying to just make a name for themselves. Because I know if we can just fucking stop the Warriors, that's all I care about. But they keep winning. I mean, I know the Jazz are cooked, but it's really a 2-man race right now, and I just can't wait to see what happens, man. Seriously, this is going to be good stuff.
Yeah, Golden State's on a 4-game win streak, unfortunately. They're up 2 full games now on the Rockets after tonight, unfortunately for you.
Pain.
But yeah, Dallas is a 5 seed currently. They could be a 4 seed eventually. I don't know what's going to happen with the Clippers. They keep winning now. They're on a 3-game win streak as well. But yeah, OKC, Denver, Minnesota. As long as Dallas doesn't get Denver in the first round, I'm good. I don't care who we have to play. It's a fucking barbecue chicken over here, boys. I'm ready. Yeah, and then even New Orleans in the 6 seed, they're not a tough. They're a tough out as well. Like they're not a fun team to play against if they're healthy. When Brandon Ingram gets to come back, because it was a hyperextension in his knee, I believe, or sprain, so he'll be back in a few weeks. Probably by playoff time, I hope. So, I mean, Zion is like 25 pounds lighter since the end season.
There it is,
and he looks good. It shows. He laid off the boudin and maybe the beignets. He stopped going to Cafe Du Monde every morning, I guess. I don't know. But then Phoenix, obviously they have star power. They don't play I can't wait to tweet that dog picture just pissing on the floor.
Like, oh my god, it's about
I'm
to happen.
posting that.
All the
I've got
bookmarks.
a Devin Booker picture to tweet out that hasn't been seen yet on my timeline. I'm really excited to tweet that one out. I'm gonna find some Sacramento stuff because their fan base was ridiculous. They're blaming Luka for flopping and hitting Malik Monk and straining, or he tore something in his knee, I think. So he's out for like 6 to 8
MCL.
weeks, unfortunately. If you watch the play, Malik Monk hit Luka in the face, then kicked his knee, and then shoved his chest, and Luka fell down onto his knee. So I mean, it's not a flop. I hate that Malik Monk was hurt. Luka hated that Malik Monk was hurt. He like sat there for 35 seconds, like trying to console him. Like, fuck, I feel bad that I landed on your knee. Lakers, not a fun team to play against because LeBron and AD, if they're healthy. And then obviously Golden State, they won a title 2 years ago. They're not a fun team to play against. And then the Rockets, they're annoying as shit. Watching them tonight, they're not a fun team to play against unless you have Luka, where he's just going to hit anything and everything that he shoots. Very funny. One of the Rockets Twitter people tweeted out they literally are never going to shoot this good from 3 again this season. They literally shot better than that against the team last week in a better position in the playoffs. So, man. The 1 through 11, if this stands as of right now, there will be 11 teams that finish over 500 in the West, which will be the most of all time in one conference.
Wow.
If the Rockets can hold on and stay above 500. Which I don't know.
At this point,
it's getting close. The Luka Death Star might have killed it. But yeah, the West is a fucking gauntlet. It's crazy.
We've said this so many times this year, but every time we say it with more and more and we feel with more and more conviction, it's just like once this NBA season is, or once the regular season is over, we're going to look back at this and be like, fuck, man, this is the peak of Western Conference basketball. You thought it was the 06-07 Suns. You thought it was, Amari Stoudemire, Steve Nash. You thought it was the Spurs, the Mavs. No, dude. Just because it's top heavy doesn't mean that it's good.
Yeah.
If everybody's around and still dropping, still 50+ wins, like this is serious shit, man. We just might not have we might not have a 57 to a 60 win team in the West, but you put any team in the West versus any team in the East, I think that might be barbecue chicken almost every time.
Yeah. I mean, the Mavericks have 7 games left. If they go 5-2, they'll win 50 games this season. And they're going to be maybe a 6 seed. It could be a 6 seed or a 7 seed, really. They could be anywhere. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like New Orleans, Dallas have like potential chances to be 50-win teams. The Clippers are in a better position to get 50 wins this season. Like you could have 1 through 6 with 50 wins plus in the West.
This is perfect. I mean, seriously, the only hope in the East is Boston, and like we've mentioned throughout the year, the more and more I think about it, it's kind of PU vibes. I don't give a fuck.
They're 58-16 right now. They're definitely going to win 60 plus. Like they're going to probably end up with 62 to 64 wins, and I'm just not gonna care. It's not going to matter. I'm not going to watch the East unless it's Knicks and Magic. Like, that's the one matchup I'm going to tune into. The rest of the East can fuck off. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. I'm watching all the Western games.
Lord. This is like the best kind of flex, and I just can't wait till when the Rockets win 45+ games to where I can actually be a part of this conversation within the next coming years.
I can't wait for you.
I need it, brother.
And then the Spurs, they're going to add somebody to Wemby. Wemby had 40 and 20 the other night. We didn't mention that at all.
Yeah. No, he went stupid the other night.
And Jalen Brunson had 61 and a loss. The NBA's nuts.
So much is happening, dude. Nuts. We can't. Oh my god, Wemby game ball. What the fuck? What are we talking about here? He threw the game ball in the stands. Also, if you get it, I don't care if it's career high. If you get a game ball after dropping that many points in a loss, you should not deserve the game ball, respectfully, or any kind of memorabilia from the game. It's all water under the bridge. If you lose, you lose. I don't care if you drop 80.
Saying that Pacers guy that scored his first career point didn't deserve the game ball over Giannis.
No comment.
Oh man,
no comment.
What a season we're having right now.
Comment.
But yeah.
This season recap is. I think we're gonna sit here for 3 hours, just off camera, just off show, and just be like, "Fuck, you remember this? You remember that? Oh, that was crazy, wasn't it?" I got the bookmarks ready. You got the bookmarks ready. We're here
to do a very long season recap. It's going to be very fun. I can't wait for that. Yeah, the race for the number one
I
in
love
the West is
basketball.
awesome. The race in the Western Conference ridiculous in itself. Feels like late 2000s, early 2010s kind of vibes from the West, where everyone's just
Yep.
killing each other. SEC West vibes, where everyone just eats each other alive, and Alabama always ends up on top. Kind of feel like that with the Nuggets right now. It's just they're all
Right.
going to cannibalize each other, and then the Nuggets are just going to be like, all right, we get the Celtics. Okay, it's fine. The who? Wait, we have to.
Yep.
Where are we going? East. Okay, that's fine.
I'm
That's what's
there.
going to happen. And last thing before we go, let's talk about the Final Four. Men's college basketball doesn't matter. Anybody but Purdue, really. It's anybody but Purdue. I don't give a fuck. I don't care anymore.
Oh my god, this is the Stone nonchalant hour, and I love this energy from you because your Dukies aren't in it. Mississippi State got bounced first game of the
You
entire
don't have to
tournament,
mention
other
that.
than the
That's
first
fine.
four. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I mean, look, U of H made it far, but not far
That was
enough.
a rough game. That was a rough game for you guys.
It was ugly. 54-51.
It was a gross
sucked,
game.
dude.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I was more paying attention to the Mavs Kings game because that was a lot closer. We were down 9 heading into the fourth quarter, so I was like, "This is nerve-wracking
that
for me."
was vibes. That was a very fun
Yeah.
game. But with going back to college basketball here, I'll spit 2 minutes of college basketball at you. Well, I'll try. Shout out NC State for the crazy run.
Yeah.
This is great. Come on, can you act interested?
No, DJ
please?
Burns. I'm pulling up the stats right now. DJ Burns,
Okay.
the big boy for NC State, who was a Tennessee player at one point as a freshman, which is very funny that Tennessee has him and now they don't. He had 29 points with 4 rebounds, 3 assists on 13 of 19 shooting, and 3 of 4 from the line. They literally could not stop him. He would get the ball and make like the slowest, just like Hakeem shake essentially, and throw up the most disgusting looking floater, and it would go in. I was just like, I don't understand what's happening here. Why can no one on Duke just like put a hand in his face and he can't make the shot? He just made them all. He just made every shot. So good for NC State. Yeah, I mean, it was a great rivalry game. They're 25 miles apart, Raleigh and Durham. The campuses are. UNC goes down in the Sweet 16 as well, so which I was pretty happy about. I thought Duke had it made. I was like, we're going to the championship game. We're going to beat UConn. This is going to be great. I can't fucking wait.
Who's we?
Me and my brotherhood, the Duke. Yeah, it didn't work out that way. NC State just kind of beat the shit out of Duke today. They didn't have an answer. I don't know what to say. Yeah, the Elite Eight was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah. Jamal Shed and the CP3 ankle situation. Jamal Shed's ankle and CP3 hamstring. Shake hands.
Yeah.
Shake hand emoji.
We need cameras on Garrett at all times to make sure he doesn't harm himself after this weekend. He's in a dark place right now. When Sheed went down, the Astros go over for this to start the season. He's not well. His texts are giving me signals that we need to make sure that he's okay. I'm coming to Houston tomorrow just to make sure that he's okay. Like, I'm literally driving down tomorrow to make sure that Garrett's okay. Nothing else.
Oh man, this is gonna be this next month or two is gonna be really fun all around, and just to add, a potential 1-1 championship, that'd be great. I mean, look, come on, can we just act like things are happening?
Just make sure NC State's in it, so we get DJ Burns in there, just like throwing up. I need NC State in the title game, and I need him to punch what's his nuts from Purdue in the face. Did you see what he said post game today?
Yeah, he said, "I've got to." We can't say that. Can we say that?
We're 30 minutes in. We can say it. YouTube doesn't matter anymore, right?
Okay, I'll let you do it.
I got a boner. After advancing to the Final Four, I was like, all right. I mean, hey, winning college,
And then right after that video came out, another video came out of him just walking into a party allegedly with some girl, and then the girl. It was like 5 girls in the background. They were all. Shout out the YouTube's watchers. They were all.
It wasn't
all 5.
Wasn't allegedly. That video seemed pretty foolproof there, buddy. I don't know if you could put allegedly on that one. I don't know what happened. I'm just making sure. The door was open and they both went in. So I don't really know what happened after that.
Good stuff, Zach Edey. Can't wait for a Luka Garza 2.0 situation. Someone that absolutely just kills in the NCAA and just comes to the league and is a 7-foot bajillion and moves like a snail. He is going to kill it for the Fort Wayne Mad Ants, and I can't wait.
Scout was like, he's closer to Boban Marjanovic than like other elite centers that have come in the draft.
Oh,
I think,
that's not good.
Don't put that on Boban's name. All right, he scored like 20 and 17 in a playoff game in 2020 for the Dallas Mavericks. Like,
that was one of the worst playoff teams in a very long time.
Look at all of the Luka just playoff teams, and you're just like, how the fuck did this team make it to the postseason in the first place, and let alone the Western Conference Finals with Reggie Bullock as your starting power forward? Like, you have Reggie Bullock on your team right now. You understand how bad it is. He was the starting power forward from that team that made the Western Conference Finals.
Luka, you're gonna look back on Luka's first years in Dallas, and you're gonna perfectly equate it to LeBron's first 7 years in Cleveland. It's just gonna be like, oh, Big Z was your number 2. Shout out Big Z, but it's like
it was Porzingis for Luka, and Porzingis played like 33% of his games in Dallas when he was under contract there. So I don't.
You got Daniel Boobie Gibson taking the ball up the court like 20 minutes a game. It was
Jalen Brunson, because Jalen Brunson wasn't Jalen Brunson yet. Like, what are we talking? I'm just like word for word, bar for bar. Like, it's the same fucking thing.
Oh, shit.
Except they didn't have a finals appearance, and LeBron did. That's the only difference.
So let's circle back here, because you have gotten about 15 minutes of Mavericks talk off, and I'm really proud of you because I knew you were going to do this anyway. But let's just figure out that. Give me your national title.
Okay.
And I'll give you mine.
It's
you go
be
first.
Purdue,
Come on.
UConn. And I hope that it's UConn, because we rarely get a back-to-back champion in the NCAA, regardless of sport, for the most part, except for Alabama really doing it all the time in football. But we haven't had a back-to-back champion since, the 07-08 Florida Gators.
Noah, those teams were crazy.
Very fun team.
50 points a game. 50 points in a game, Corey Brewer.
Yeah, he's a GOAT. Drafted top 10. Do you know that?
Wow.
Number 7 overall, ahead of Joakim Noah.
Really?
Yeah, Al Horford went 3.
This
Corey
is great.
Went 7, and Joakim Noah went 9.
Why do you know this? Do you have this pulled up?
No, I was a big Florida Gator fan growing up. So
big psycho.
No, I was a Gator fan growing up before I went to Mississippi State. My grandpa's a Gators fan, so I kind of followed them closely. It's unfortunate knowledge that's stuck in my brain forever, and it's space that will always be taken up in my library is going to continually be fuller and fuller, and that's going to occupy some books in the space. I can't help it.
Yep. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. Your knowledge, your talent for ball knowing is just miles ahead, and I'm so glad that you know these things, because that's my party trick, is just sometimes making fart sounds out of my ear if I'm drunk, but other times usually just like naming random sports players and how many points they averaged in like 2003. Yeah. Like it's the best.
There was a tweet that I saved in my phone the other day, and I don't think I can find it very quickly, but it was something along the lines of, in another life, we could have just named random athletes together. Like, it was like, I don't know if it was Saltburn or something else. It was just very funny, and I saved it in my phone.
Right.
Find it. In another life, I would have really liked just rattling off names of random athletes with you. That's what it was. And it's not Saltburn.
That's so adorable.
Movie or show that's from. But I saved it regardless.
That's all
I was funny. And yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. But yeah, give me UConn, and I would rather Purdue not make it, and I'd rather have NC State. And if NC State makes it, then I'd rather have NC State win it. That'd be fun. Be good for DJ Burns.
Yeah, I think DJ Burns being in a natty would absolutely solidify him as a top 60 center prospect in this class. It's like you put more games on the board, you have less options going down the stretch of these. You have to win 7 games, 6 games in a row to win a championship.
LSU.
Hey man, I'm not diminishing anyone here, but I'm just saying if DJ Burns, got clapped out of the NC or ACC championship game, or if they just didn't make it at all, we wouldn't be here. But thank God we are. That's all.
Yeah, he's giving Big Baby Davis DeJuan Blair from Pittsburgh in that run.
Wow.
God,
what a pull. What a pull.
Knowledge up here, buddy. Spurs legend. Fuck you. Yeah. That's the run we're on right now, and he's got the best one so far, by far. And he's got the same body type. He's just a tank down there, and he's actually got touch. It's terrible, and I hated it. He robbed us of a Jared McCain Final Four TikTok. Did you see the Elite Eight locker room TikTok when they made the Elite Eight? and the reporter's just in the background like, what are these kids doing? And more of
I love Gen Z hoop, dude. It's
I'm gonna
awesome.
have to wait till like the draft starts, and then we're gonna get some crazy TikToks out of Jared McCain. I'm gonna miss those.
Can't
I'm
wait.
curious to see what he does in the offseason. I hate that it came so soon. Need the draft so I can get Jared McCain in his NIL deal of painting his nails. It's awesome.
Dude, shout out Sally Beauty for that. That's kind of sick.
A great thing, and the Republicans were pissed off everywhere. It's very funny.
Oh yeah, and then out of all people, the Big Cat tweet was sick. He, because of course he's a Bears guy, and he's like, "Oh, somebody painting their nails? That's disgusting. How could you ever support that?" And all the comments were like, "How could you ever say that? Who cares? Like, what does it matter to you?" And it's like, just pay attention and you'll understand it. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, if we get NC State, UConn, I'll be happy. I'll watch. If we get UConn, Purdue, I will not watch. If Alabama makes it, I'll also watch because my wife's an Alabama fan. My wife's family is Alabama fans, so I'll watch them. But yeah, if it's UConn, Purdue, I'm not watching. I'm not staying up till midnight to watch a college basketball game that I have no investment whatsoever. No. I'm just not. It doesn't start till 9 p.m. Central.
It's in Arizona this year.
Time. It doesn't start till 9 p.m.
Fuck.
Like, or 8:50 or whatever. Like, I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't watch a lick of the game last year. I had no. And then when we did our tournament and when we did our bracket, I had no idea that UConn won the national championship last year. That's how pointless it was to me. I had no idea that UConn won a national title last year. Did not.
I was at the game. And it stunk. It, like I told you, that it's almost like you'd rather see a blowout than a game where the team is always up 10 to 15 points and they can never really make the stretch to come back. But I will tell you, those tickets, man, I'll always that was the cheapest, most incredible championship game bucket list item I've ever done. I just wish that the game was better.
I was really rooting for Miami FAU, just South Florida matchup, just to see my Twitter blow up as a Dolphins fan. I have a lot of those fans on my timeline as well. It would have been very funny just to have them go to war for another night. And they both lost.
Lord.
San Diego State hit that shot. Was it on FAU last year? The buzzer beater.
Yeah.
I watched that one. I remember that. I was in the press box at FC Dallas before the game started, and I had that on my computer.
Nice.
Yeah, Final Four, sure, whatever. Alabama UConn is interesting to me. I'll watch that one.
Yeah. We got to root for the South, right?
Yeah, and I just don't have no desire to watch another Purdue game ever. I think I watched their round 32 game, and it was the most miserable experience. And they won by 30, and it was just not an entertaining game at all. They flop, and then Zach Edey just gets free throws because he's 9 feet tall. I don't know. Fine.
Yep.
That's basketball for you, I guess.
That's basketball. Welcome to the life. As we come around towards April, May, June, really appreciate these moments because we're going to be looking back in mid to late June once the finals are over, or early August when we're looking forward to training camp, and we're going to miss these moments. So any type of anything that you watch, whether it be soccer, basketball, whatever, enjoy it, have fun.
Yeah. Although I guess with the NBA, we get the off season's kind of nice. It turns into a Bravo reality TV show for like 3-4 weeks, and it's like, all right, this is good. And then August, you're like, man, what happened to basketball? And September comes around, and you got training camp and OTAs and all that kind of stuff comes around. You get the rookies, you get media day, you get Jimmy Butler doing crazy shit. It's awesome. We're getting there. Yeah, sure. Enjoy it while we have it. Yeah. It's March 31st. It's going to be April 1st when you're listening to this. So we're 2 weeks out from end of the season, 6-7 games for each team for the NBA. Playoffs are coming. Hopefully for both of us. I know for one of us. I don't know about you, but one of us is going to go to the playoffs this year.
One last uppercut.
I can't help it, little brother. I just can't help it.
Oh, fuck, man. Thank you for tonight.
Yep.
We just really needed to be humbled because these things can't last forever, especially without your best player. Mm-hmm. Imagine like an all-European team or like a all non-USA team. I'm just talking like straight white skinned dudes like Luka, fucking Jokic, Sabonis, Şengün. Like, oh my god, oh my god. Imagine that.
Someone
team,
tweeted out like if the aliens came, what was the team that you would put on the court to like beat the aliens essentially for Space Jam? And it's like, who are your two best players? And it's like, I guess we're putting out Jokic and Luka out there to beat the aliens. Like the two guys that don't give a fuck about a game that does not matter. When we watch them in the All-Star, I wonder how they would act for an alien like take over the world situation. Are they not going to give a fuck, or are they just going to like beat their ass? Because it's one of the.
now we're entering fan fiction
Yeah.
situations, and this is like August, September talk. So
I
why
saw
don't
it
we
on the
save it for
timeline, and I
then?
had to
But
mention it. It was very funny that Luka and Jokic are the two guys that you're sitting out to play 2-on-2 basketball right now against the Aliens.
fucking Lord.
Yeah.
Basketball. Basketball's great. The Astros will be okay.
Yeah.
We got a lot to deal with. It'll be fine. Just you go through the motions of life. They can't all be happy go lucky and amazing with rainbows and peaches and butterflies. Just have fun.
82 games a
Experience
year.
shit. Go to a game. I paid $4 for Astros tickets the other day, and I'm paying no money to go to see Sugarland Space Cowboys because it's free if you donate items on Wednesdays. So go to a sporting event. Dynamo tickets are like $6. Like, just go. Like,
watch
have
basketball,
fun.
Just watch basketball.
Yeah. But for right now, for right now, watch basketball.
And watch it until it's over. This has been Zero Gravity, Apollo Media's NBA podcast, brought to you by Big City Wings, Houston's Wing Joint, Apollo's Wing Joint. Go check them out today. If you're in the Houston area, go check out Celebrity Mint, celebritymint.com, or at the Celebrity Mint on social media. Go see their graded legal tender collectibles of Mike Tyson, Ric Flair, and more. And go check out Prize Picks. Hit the more than on Luka every single time. I'm going to beat it into your brains. When you go Prize Picks, sign up. Use code Apollo when you sign up, and when you hit deposit, you can get up to $100 matched with your first deposit at Prize Picks. It's a daily fantasy app where you hit more or less on every pick, for every sport, on every stat. So go check out Prize Picks. Use code Apollo when you sign up. Thank you to our sponsors. Thank you for listening to this podcast and us ramble about random things and the aliens attacking Luka and Jokic. It went off the rails. Go Mavs. They beat the Rockets. It's great. This has been Zero Gravity, Apollo Media's NBA podcast.